Hello guys, it's been a while since my last video, probably about a month now I'd say, but I've been hoarding up a nice little pile of CDs since then. A lot of these were Amazon orders. There's some here that are used, I think, but not a whole lot. Most of these are new or from Amazon, so let's get right to it. First we have Animals as Leaders, their first debut album, self-titled. This is a cool band. It's like instrumental, progressive jazz, fusion metal, I guess. I don't know, it's really crazy stuff. This is a decent album. I would say their latest album, The Joy of Motion, is probably their best one. But yeah, not bad. And Animals as Leaders, their second album, Weightless. I actually haven't listened to this one yet. I haven't gotten around to it. But I figure it's more of the same, which isn't bad. Next, 9 Inch Nails, Fixed. This is a play on their EP Broken, which is literally the same artwork, but it's orange. This is like a remix of that EP. I got this used. I don't know if this is rare or what, but disc made in France. I find that interesting. But it's an alright remix album, I guess. Next, Slayer, World Painted Blood. Was very surprised to see this. This is I got this brand new. This is from 2009. This is their last album that they released, but they're releasing a new album actually this year in September. But like, I'm not a huge Slayer fan. This album's okay, I guess. I don't know. It's Slayer. The only Slayer album I currently need is Seasons in the Abyss, which I'm gonna have to order. It's really hard to find. Next is Enter Shikari, the Mindsweep. A friend got me into this band, and they're like so fucking amazing. Like, my life wasn't complete until I found these guys. This is probably my favorite album by them. This is their newest one too. This just came out this year. Some good songs. There's so many, like Anise Fatiste and Torn Apart. Those are the two main singles. But the intro and closing tracks are really good, and then there's the Bank of England. Also, I should explain their sound. They're kind of like, well, the earlier stuff is more metalcore, which they still have that sound, but it's more electronic influence. So I guess it's electronicore, I guess is the best way to describe them. But it's very, very cool music, very interesting. Oh yeah, and I hope they get more of their albums, obviously. That was the only one I could find at the moment. Next, we have one of my favorite post-hardcore albums of all time. Actually, probably my favorite post-hardcore album of all time. We have At the Drive-In, Relationship of Command. Really good album. It's worth it just for the single One Arm Scissor. Such a good song. And then you have Invalid Litter Department, Sleepwalk Capsules, and Enfilade. Really, really strong tracks. Really strong album overall. Flows very nicely. Highly recommended to anyone. Next, these are some used albums by the looks of it. Eagles of Death Metal, Peace, Love, Death Metal. This is their first album. I now have their whole discography. They only have 3 studio albums. But I'm not a big fan of this one. It's just straightforward rock and roll, I guess. Their later releases are a lot better. Next, Spin Doctors, Pocketful of Kryptonite. Very average album. I'm not a huge fan of these guys. The one standout track is definitely Two Princes. I'm pretty sure everyone in the world knows that song. But then there's also Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, which is another really good single. Overall, average, I guess. This is a funny one. Tommy Tallarico, Game's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. So for those who don't know who this guy is, he's a video game composer, or at least he was. I don't know if he still is. But there's 29 tracks from different compositions he did for video games. I know him best from Earthworm Jim. So the Earthworm Jim tracks are definitely my favorite. But yeah, this is $1. I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. It looks funny. Anyways, next, the Cars with, I guess it's self-titled. I think it is. I haven't even taken the sticker off yet. I haven't even listened to it either. But yeah, it's the Cars. It's classic rock. Decided to pick it up. It was cheap. Next, Nativity in Black, a tribute to Black Sabbath. This is a tribute album. I believe there's also a second tribute album to them called Nativity in Black 2, which has that really good System of a Down Snowblind cover. But this has some pretty good covers, actually. Children of the Grave is my favorite song by Black Sabbath, and it's covered on here by White Zombie. I wish they picked a better band to do it. Not that I have anything against White Zombie, they're perfectly fine, but I just didn't like their version of it. Megadeth with Paranoid, that's a good one. Some really good bands on here like Corrosion of Conformity and Sepultura do really good covers. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath with Bruce Dickinson and Godspeed, that's really good. And Faith No More, War Pigs Live, really, really good. This is my last used one, I believe. Yep, okay. Third Eye Blind, Blue, their second album. I like these guys. I don't know. Their older stuff anyway. It seems really good. I enjoyed this album. Never Let You Go is a really good single. And Slow Motion is a really good song. They have the censored version on here though. I think they had the censored version on every copy of it except for the ones in Europe and Japan. But yeah, the lyrics are kind of dark. Next we have The Ghost Inside, Get What You Give. It's the second album I've picked up from these guys. Like I said about the previous release in one of my other videos, they're average metalcore. I'm not a big fan, but some of their stuff is alright, I guess. The only metalcore I listen to nowadays is Parkway Drive mainly and August Burns Red. What should I do next here? I'll do this one. Coheed Cambria, the second stage Turbine Blade. This is their first album. I believe it's a deluxe edition because it has some bonus stuff. But I'm going to try to get all of Coheed's albums because I've gotten quite heavily into them. They're a really good band. This is the third studio album I own by them now. Some really good standout tracks. Time Consumer, Devil in Jersey City, Everything Evil, which is fucking amazing. Hearshot Kid Disaster, 33, Never Ender, and Godsend Conspirator. Really good album, recommended. It's kind of like, it's almost progressive in a way, but I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's Coheed Cambria, that's all I can say. Next we have Arsis with Starve for the Devil. I love these guys. They're technical / melodic death metal. This is a really good album. This is actually my favorite album by them. Some standout tracks: Forced to Rock, From Soulless to Shattered, Beyond Forlorn, The Ten of Swords, Sick Perfection, and Escape Artist. Really, really good band. I'm going to pick up more of their albums in the future. Probably have to order them though. Next, this completes my Parkway Drive discography. Oh yeah, by the way, I should mention these last four are all from Amazon. So it took a while to get these in, which is why this video took so long to make, because I was waiting on these. But anyways, to complete my Parkway Drive discography, we have Don't Close Your Eyes. This is their first album. A lot of people forget about this one. They think Killing with a Smile is their first album, but it isn't. This came first. This is a reissue, because the original is an EP. This is a reissue. It comes with 4 different compilations. So first you have the Don't Close Your Eyes EP. The second one is I Killed the Prom Queen and Parkway Drive, the split single. Then it's What We've Built, whatever the hell that is. And then Australian Hardcore Compilation, True Till Death. So yeah, it has all those on here. It's probably my least favorite overall album by them, but it's still pretty good for a debut. Yeah, it's pretty good metalcore. I love this band. They're my favorite metalcore band, especially their newer stuff. It's really, really interesting to listen to, because it's not just average. Also, there's a song on here called Hollow Man. They actually re-recorded that on Deep Blue. They just renamed it Hollow. They took out the man. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Next, this one's a really obscure one. It's from Italy, actually. It's literally came from Italy, I think. Lunarsea, Root Code Selector. They are a melodic death metal band from Italy. They kind of sound like Children of Bodom. They're kind of like the Italian Children of Bodom. That's what I like to think of them as. They only have 3 albums. This is their second and easily their best, in my opinion. It's from 2008. Standout tracks. The opening track, Magnitude 9.6, is really, really good. Metamorphine, 5-sided platform shape, Found Me Cryogonized, and Infinite Process 1. There's some really interesting song titles. But really good band. And these last 2 are my favorite because they're from my favorite band, Children of Bodom. So I did complete their whole studio discography and live stuff, but I was missing some bonus stuff, I guess you could say. So first we have an EP from 2004, released between Hate Crew Death Roll and Are You Dead Yet? Trashed, Lost, and Strung Out. There's only 4 tracks. There's Trash, Lost, and Strung Out, which would appear on Are You Dead Yet? It's literally the same version, no differences. Next is Knuckle Duster, which was supposed to be on Are You Dead Yet? But they scrapped it at the last minute. So the only way to listen to the song is to buy it off iTunes or get it on this disc, or you could just pirate it, but that's a lame thing to do. That's very hypocritical of me to say. And then there's 2 covers, Bed of Nails, Alice Cooper cover, and an Andrew W.K. cover, She Is Beautiful, which is a really cool song that they do. And there's also Trash, Lost, and Strung Out music video, and Trash, Lost in Helsinki video footage, just kind of like a little mini documentary thing. It's kind of cool. But yeah, really glad to have that in my collection. And finally, Hellhounds on My Trail EP. This was pretty expensive. It was like $30, but from what I gather, it was a UK only release to promote the what was it? Yeah, it says right here, in celebration of the long overdue launch of Spine Farm Records into the UK market. Children of Bodom, blah 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 blah. So yeah, it's basically promotion for Spine Farm launching their market in the UK, I guess. This came out after Blood Drunk, which is funny. But yeah, so the main track is Hellhounds on My Trail, which is from Blood Drunk, but this is an edited version for some reason. It's only like 5 seconds shorter. Like, I don't know. And then there's some covers. Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in by Kenny Rogers. And then there's Bed of Nails again, so they added that on this one too. And then there's live tracks from London. You have In Your Face, Hate Me, and Angels Don't Kill. 3 of their biggest songs. And then at the end is the Hellhounds on My Trail music video, uncensored. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So once again, it's an EP. Comes in a really weird jewel case. But I'm glad to have this and the Trash Lost and Strungout EP in my collection. The only thing I can get for Bodom now is their singles, which are pretty expensive. Some of them are really expensive. But we'll see what I can do. Anyways, this has been a long video. I've been rambling on a lot, but thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, I was rushing through the video too fast and I forgot one album. This was used. It's 9 Inch Nails, Ghosts 1 to 4. It's a 2-disc double album. From what I gather, I haven't listened to it yet. From what I gather, it's mostly ambient instrumental stuff, and there's no song titles really. It's just the tracks are called Ghosts, and there's like a ton of them. I don't know. I think I explained that correctly. Anyways, yes. I'll have to listen to it. I really don't know what to expect from it. But this was used. As you can see, it was $6. But, yeah. Forgot about this one. Thank God I remembered it before I uploaded the video.